I mean, like right now, it's just like it feels like would you rather have JJ McCarthy or Air Bud at quarterback? Because it's like both of them have this long flowing blonde hair. They both have horrible decision making skills and awful like understanding of threat perception. I sincerely don't know which one would be better or worse at quarterback at this point. The only difference is Air Bud somehow manages to like make the improbable happen. Actually, no, they both have that in common too. They'll both make the improbable like possible, and then it'll come back and just haunt you at the end. He might be Air Bud.
Wild now. We are back after a big time Minnesota Wild victory today over the Winnipeg Jets. The Minnesota Wild, red hot, best team in the NHL since the start of November. Jesper Wallstedt, three shutouts in his last four games. I'm so glad that this is a Wild show and not a Minnesota Vikings show, but we will role play as if it is a Viking show, and I guess we have to talk about the Minnesota Vikings being an absolute dumpster fire of a team, question mark, or just one person?
I do think it's an emblematic problem of the team. This was the eighth game this season where you don't have a touchdown in the first half. That is a team issue. Again, you deal with play calling issues on third and short. Your special teams for the third straight week has made a game altering mistake. Your offensive line, fully healthy, still can't block. You
Yeah.
know, as much as I want to blame one guy, and I do think he has a lot to blame, he, you know, he needs to stop talking to media as well. He does have a lot to blame, but he may carry like 60% of the blame, but 100% can't be put on him. There's a lot more that's you know needs
Yeah.
to be doled out and dished out.
And in case you didn't pick up on it, we are talking about 1-9, or as I'm seeing more people call him in the social media sphere, John. So, of all the alter egos, I guess
Jonathan James.
they,
I call him Jonathan James. He hasn't earned
yeah,
JJ even. Yeah, he's Jonathan
no,
James till future notice.
yeah. No matter which name you give him, I mean, uh, calling a spade to spade. You can only judge a quarterback. Like we've given the kid enough projection.
Oh,
Again, not
But Brev, he's only played 24 quarters of football.
yeah,
Like I'm so sorry. Like I listen, man. I will still be patient with the kid, and I'll let them develop him. But we need to stop this excuse of he's only played X amount of games. It's
yeah,
getting old fast.
yeah. You can only go off of, and we love to project, especially because we all kind of, myself included, obviously, we all kind of automatically talked ourselves into this about McCarthy. Just because we wanted the Vikings to draft a franchise quarterback in the top 10. And that's exactly what they did last year when they took McCarthy. But putting projection aside, Preet, am I wrong in saying that we are looking literally at one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL history?
As of right now, no. And that's the
Yeah.
most painful thing to say is no. He struggles most games to get over 100 yards passing.
Yeah.
That's insane. He
Hmm.
hasn't had a game with what his best game. He's had one turnover,
Hmm.
one interception. Like he's not able to play clean. His legs seem to have gone. He seems to lack confidence. There seems to be a lot of mechanical issues there. And the worst part about it is he'll go out and give a quote in the media that makes him like so much. It sounds so like worse, so much worse. I mean, I live in Carolina. I watched Bryce Young at the start of last season, and it was
Hmm.
bad. It wasn't this bad.
Yep.
This is like a whole, and it's getting to the point where you're running like four straight plays. You're running the ball because the offense, like it feels like Kevin O'Connell doesn't trust him to throw the ball. Like
Hmm.
this is just a this is an issue you have to start. I mean, we talked about pre-show. I don't remember Christian Ponder ever being this bad, and Christian Ponder was really bad.
No. Jamarcus Russell wasn't even this bad, and he's like the draft bust of all time back in '07. So like, and we've gotten a couple comments about like, oh, give the kid time and whatnot. And yes, quarterback development is like there's a length of time to it, but when the quarterback is not showing any strides of getting better, and actually he's getting worse, um, like how and I'm not. I kind of contradict myself because I don't think the Vikings should bench McCarthy. Like he should start the rest of the year, see what you've really got. But like, how many more weeks of absolute nothingness do you need to see before you're like, maybe he just right now is really bad. Not saying he can't get better, but like that light at the end of the tunnel, we're putting it in reverse and we're not going towards it.
I don't know either. Today, like this, I see, Justin Jefferson, he's a guy who plays with a lot of passion, a lot of, fire. He looked he looked resigned today. He
Yep.
like I don't know what else I can do. Like I'm trying. And like Jordan Addison had what, one target in the entire game.
Yeah.
Like I get you're playing Micah Parsons, but your internal clock cannot be that slow. You got to throw the ball quicker, man. I know you're down.
Mhm.
And as much as I want to blame Miles Price for that idiotic, and I mean idiotic, the dumbest muff punt I've seen in my entire life, I
Yeah.
can't fully blame him because you're only down 11 and you still have a quarter and a half to play, and you
Hmm.
go 3-and-out. In the third quarter, we ran 6 plays for negative 10 yards. How? How?
Hard to
Like
do.
exactly. Like I just I mean I really do think he will get better. I do think and maybe not a high bar because it can
Yeah.
seldom get worse from here. But man, it just looks like I felt encouraged in the first half at least. The first throw he had, incredible. Placed it, right where Justin Jefferson could get it only. I'm like, okay, here we go. The mechanics look good.
Hmm.
Even on that last drive of the first half, where he places that ball just above the undercutting defender and into Jefferson's hand. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then as soon as he got hit in the second half, it felt like, man, everything's gone out the window.
Yeah. And again, it's a trend. Because you can't judge a quarterback necessarily by the box score. But I mean, when the box score is this bad week after week, you start to kind of be able to. But it's a trend because he has those one or two throws a game where you're like, oh, all
Here's
right,
the talent. Yeah, this is what we drafted. And then
yeah.
he'll
And
do
then,
something. Even the last drive, he took that, or the last drive of the first half, he took that incredibly stupid sack and nearly takes you out of field goal range.
yeah.
And you're
And
just like, man.
that one good or two good plays that he makes ends up being literally like 25% of his production for the day.
The first one was what, 15 yards. The second one was like, I think it might have been more than
Yeah,
25% of his production.
exactly. So it's just it's not the matter of like I'm giving up on McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like it's just you can't lie to yourself
And
at a certain point.
I guess it might have been like, you can say it might have been just like a hard day to throw the football. Jordan Love also didn't do much, but like, when they called on Jordan Love to make a play, he made it. He got rid of
Yep.
the football. I think back to that 3rd and 10 where he just throws the football off his back foot and finds the receiver.
Hmm.
He maybe had a second to throw that ball. McCarthy has 3 and he's not getting rid of it.
Yeah, and to Jordan Love's credit, like I know Vikings fans have this thing where they just like say Jordan Love is bad and not a good quarterback. Like he's not the best quarterback in the world. He's not a bad quarterback. Um,
I think he's a mediocre quarterback getting paid like an elite quarterback and he's a quarterback who plays down to a his competition.
yeah, he's
But
definitely in that range.
like, man, he owned us today on the first drive especially. He was surgical.
Yeah, and that throw that you or yeah, the throw that you were referencing about throwing it up, like it's easy to look at that play and say like, oh, he just threw it up to receiver. Like, no, that play was 1,000,000%
Here
pre-snap diagnosis. He knew where the soft
here's the thing about it,
was going
right?
to be.
And as much as I want to discount him, he does this like once or twice a game where he'll have this kind of throw.
Yeah,
At that point, this point, the sample size is too great for us to say this is like a fluke.
yeah. No, I agree. And talking about the Vikings like it's another week where the Vikings defense plays well. Yeah,
They hold their end of the bargain.
they
Dallas
allowed
Turner looked
23
great.
points. Yeah,
Well,
they allowed 23 points. He looked fine. He looked okay.
he looked.
But
I mean, I'm trying to draw positive from this
yeah,
game.
I mean, of course, I haven't been able to watch the film or anything. I know he got a sack and he was in the backfield a couple times, but yeah, the defense is it's just another week where yeah, they gave up 23 points, but like how many awful positions are they being put in
At
because the
least
offense can't
three.
move the ball?
At
Yeah.
least three. They had it was the muff punt for sure. Then the first punt after that, and the punt after that. Actually four, because then both the picks.
Hmm.
No, five. Yeah, five. They've been put in 5 bad positions and gave up a total of 13 points off of them.
Exactly. So
That's
like last week, I don't know if we should have won this game. Like last week, we should have won. Book open
no,
close, we should
no.
have won.
We shouldn't have won this one. This one we
Yeah,
shouldn't have
yeah.
won.
No,
This
I
one.
don't.
And
I
hey,
agree.
I also don't think Kevin O'Connell. Man, what the hell was that play call on 3rd and 1? You're
The
giving
Hawkinson sneak.
you're
Yeah.
giving a Hawkinson. I don't think T.J. Hawkinson has broken a tackle since he dislocated. Since he tore his ACL.
Hmm.
Even before then,
Before then, he didn't.
what's the one play we know T.J. Hawkinson for? Catching the ball on 4th and 7 in a playoff game and not being able to break a tackle on a guy who's like 80 pounds lighter than him.
Yeah.
That
So,
that contract may be the worst contract in the NFL, and that's like barely hyperbolic at this point.
it's really bad, and it's like I was happy. I mean, I was kind of excited about the contract when it got signed
Same. I wanted to root
because
for him, but
yeah, you're coming off a decent 2022 and 2023 when you first joined the Vikings, and it's like, oh, okay, tight end market's gonna go up, but and you can say like, oh, it's the injury, and like he's undoubtedly worse than he was before the injury.
oh yes, but again, this is what Lions fans told us. He just
Yeah,
lacks motor.
yeah,
He just
yeah,
doesn't care.
and it's very,
It's
very
apparent.
obvious.
I mean, look at the first play where first pass he catches. He's moving like lackadaisically across the middle and gets drilled because he's not looking up.
Yeah. The one positive thing that Hawkinson will give us for the long term future, I guess, is the fact that he probably won't be on the team next year.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
gonna have to eat a lot of that contract.
yeah, I think the year that the Vikings really gave themselves the out for the Hawkinson contract was like the year after, or it might even be the year after that.
I think it's
Um,
27, right?
yeah, 27 or 28 is coming to mind. So they're they're gonna eat some money for that. But at this point, they got to clear up what they can because they're negative 50 mil in the cap next year.
I mean, we all know how like manipulatable that
Yeah,
is.
for sure. But
Oh, the
that,
void is actually after this year.
okay,
You can you can get out of it and only eat 12 million dead.
so there is a slight silver lining to that contract. Good job, Kwesi. Um,
Oh
something.
wow, you save like 30 million almost.
Yeah, I mean, like he's gone.
Yeah, he's not here.
Nobody's gonna trade for him. So like you just have to release him.
I mean, you can get probably like a 6th round pick if you eat like
Yeah,
half that contract, but like
yeah.
it's bad.
Might
It
as well
is
just
bad.
release him. Well, I
Like,
mean,
and on that topic, like one of the few good offensive performers today, Aaron Jones, man.
yeah,
Find man, don't be here to end your career. Don't go out like this. Go out
yeah.
somewhere. Go out somewhere better.
And that's another frustrating thing is like the run game is good,
Oh, it
but
was
like
great. It was great today. They were
we
averaging
just
5.1 yards a carry in the first half.
yeah, and we just keep getting into positions because when you run the ball, eventually you're going to put yourself in a spot to where you have to throw to keep the drive going.
Well,
And
not even that, but like once they got down 11, the Packers front seven, especially that front four, just knew you can pin
yeah,
your ears back and rush them.
yep. And it's frustrating because there's so many. Again, I'm of the belief that like the Vikings team is not bad, but McCarthy is just so bad. Like the defense has been playing well consistently ever since Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel got back.
I pushed back on it a little bit
Other than the
today.
Chargers game.
I pushed back a little bit today. Emmanuel Wilson killed them after contact.
Yeah, that's true. But
He just killed them. Josh Metellus also has not been playing well this season, and
no, yeah,
I think it's high time we all acknowledge that he has been, I think, bad this season.
oh, he's an absolute liability in coverage.
Yeah,
It's
because he had on
weird.
the first drive like 25 yards.
It's weird because they have all these underperforming people on defense like Metellus, Allen Hargrave,
Theo
and
Jackson.
Absolutely Theo Jackson. But like still like they're not that bad. Or the defense as a whole like has been playing well. So
Yeah.
like if you look at them specifically, like oh this guy's underperforming, this guy's not worth the money, this guy's overpaid.
Byron Murphy as well.
Yeah,
Not a great game. Again, Isaiah Rogers, again, not a great game from him either.
but like the defense has been playing as a whole, as a unit. They've been playing well the last couple weeks. Special teams, like
Matt Daniels needs to go. It's as simple as that. Matt Daniels has to go, and it might
Yeah.
not be his coaching, but when you have 3 straight weeks with game altering mistakes,
Mhm.
you've got to go. It's the same
Yeah.
way I feel about Chris Cupper, the offensive line coach. He has to go.
Yeah. I
It,
actually
it
I
might
have a
not be his
bit of
coaching, but he has to go.
yeah.
It's a unit we've invested so heavily in, and we failed to see improvement, and it's over, man. You just got to
This
go.
discipline is 100% a coaching issue, but like even with because the special teams will play like I know PFF grades don't mean all that much, but like they grade out really well somehow, even with these game altering things. Like special teams, if you take in it, like the coverage, like special teams, like the coverage units have been bad. But like, of course, Will Reichert is also, and Will
Dude,
Reichert's been really good.
Will Reichert is again
Yeah.
positive from this game. He drills 250+ yard field goals. Even our field goals, they were long field goals we had to make. Like
hmm And Ryan Wright had a great game today. I mean, he had to go out there a lot, so maybe it's just by default. But Ryan Wright had a
that
couple
punt,
inside the
yeah, he
10.
had a couple inside the 10, a couple inside the 5, actually. I think.
So like outside of these game altering, and they're that's the thing is that they're really not game altering because it doesn't matter because the offense can't score.
So now I do think that at least no, I think the
The
last
the
3 games.
Bears one, the Bears
No,
one, yeah.
even the Ravens one is game
Which
altering.
which one was the Ravens?
Miles Price fumbles on the ensuing kickoff.
That was yeah, it was pretty game altering. I guess today, recency bias on my part, but
All
um,
three of them have been game altering. They might not have been game destroying. Like I don't think this one destroyed the game
mm-mm,
because you're only down 11 and you're getting the ball back. Like what you do on the next drive means a whole lot, and But like last week's was game destroying. Those other two just been game altering, and
yeah,
it just I don't know. I don't know, man. It's I see what they see in like potential wise, but man, getting it long term is such a long way away that I don't know if I'm willing. I don't know if Justin Jefferson's willing to wait that long. I don't know if Jordan Addison's willing to wait that long.
hmm
I, mm, you know,
it's. Uh, I mean, speaking specifically about the game today, like it doesn't matter how your defense and special teams plays if you're only going to score 6 points
if
and
you're only
have
like the 83
like
yards in the air, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't like special teams, and not that you can't fix multiple problems at once. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying choose one, fix it, and then fix the other. But like, as long as the offense is being quarterbacked by a kid, and I feel bad. Like this is a 22-year-old kid
Yeah,
we're
he's
talking
younger than both
about,
of us.
but like as long as it's being quarterbacked by him in his current form, again, not saying he can't get better. You by default, he can only get better. I mean, I
I
think.
mean, here my problem with him is like it feels like we're moving in reverse.
Yeah,
Like outside of the Lions game, it feels like every single game has been negative regression from him. The
yeah.
Bears game, like let's exclude the Lions game. The Bears game was the best he played. Falcons game was awful.
hmm
Excluding the Lions, the Ravens game was really bad as well. The Bears game, you're like, it can't get much worse than this. And then you have this week.
Today. It's really bad because I don't remember his exact stat line at halftime. Like 7 for 11.
60 something, 60 something yards.
Yeah, like when I'm getting excited about that, and like that makes me be like, oh, okay, like
My thing with that
bad.
was like we only had 3 drives. So I'm like,
That's
for
true.
3 drives, I can't be too upset. It might just be like a thing where like maybe don't run it as much. My friend called me at halftime. He's like, I think we're gonna let JJ McCarthy air the ball out in the second half. I'm like, really?
Mm,
What has given you that impression? Because it feels like they're trying to shelter him more than anything else.
trying to hide him behind the front that the run game was working, which I mean it was, especially the first drive. But yeah, I posted.
My biggest thing it told me, I was gonna say Kevin O'Connell in the Lions game was so confident in McCarthy's ability that he ran that pass play on 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
You know, on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, if you're gonna go for it on 4th and 1, why not throw it on 3rd and 1? It's
Yep.
because you don't have confidence in your guy. Your confidence in
Because
your guy's shot.
it's because you have T.J. Hawkinson, then you can do a sneak up the middle. Duh. At least, hey, it's better than doing it with Brandon Powell. No, no, it really
No,
actually,
no,
actually, it
no, because
isn't. Never
it isn't.
mind.
It is at least Brandon Powell is wiggle. Brandon Powell
Yeah,
might like somehow sneak past the tackle and get a yard. I'm surprised T.J. Hawkinson didn't fumble. It reminded me of remember Dobbs sanity where T.J. Hawkinson takes a snap and pitches it to Dobbs.
yeah, and Dobbs gets rocked.
Yes, and fumbles.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Mm-mm.
like Kevin O'Connell for how good he is as a coach, and he had a bad game today, so I don't want to praise him too much. He's an idiot at trick plays. Like,
Yeah,
please, like the only trick plays that have really worked were the Cam Akers wildcat and the double pass screen, like the double screen pass to to McCarthy, where we got almost enough yards. Like, other than that, he's just not good at trick plays.
yeah, and I don't know, like it's weird because last week, like I think last week was his most. The numbers aren't there to support it, but last
He
week seemed
called a
like his
great
most
game.
his
He called a great
comprehensive
game.
game of the season.
Well, I would say the Lions game, but yes, he called a
Yeah.
great game.
So that's just where it gets frustrating. It's very Vikings because like you see what Kevin O'Connell can call up, you see what JJ McCarthy is capable of in the Lions game, and then just all the other times outside of those moments,
Yeah.
it's like, dude.
And the tough part is now you do want to see progression from McCarthy, but you're 9-7. You're not making the playoffs anymore. Like realistically, we like could you win all out and make the playoffs? Yes, you're not going to.
Mm-mm.
So let's just say playoffs died today. And
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, your playoff chances died today. Now, do you want to see the McCarthy progression, or do you want to just lose out and get your top 5 pick?
yeah, and that's actually a good segue into what I wanted to talk about next is because like if McCarthy continues down this road, like we're looking like again I've said it before in here. I don't think it's an O'Connell firing. I think with like Kwesi, I don't think they will fire him, but like his seat gets really hot this offseason. So they have to make the decision now is like do they want to salvage and like show something to the Wilfs now, even if it's not McCarthy?
Yeah, dude, Kwesi's seat has to be on fire. Like this offseason went the worst possible ways with at least before it was you drafted poorly, but your free agents make up for it. Not
Yeah.
this year, man.
No.
This year, Fries has been largely disappointing. Hargreaves has not been good. Allen not good.
Hmm.
Like your best free agent's Eric Wilson.
Yeah. And you signed him to be like a depth body to
Yeah,
barely
and
play any
yeah.
defensive snaps. But like walk with me here for a minute. So we're putting Kwesi on this hot seat. Assume like the Vikings aren't making the playoffs. They'll find a way to win a couple more games. They'll win 6 or 7
They'll
games.
win.
It maybe. Uh,
No.
oh
That's
shit! Oh
yeah.
shit! Oh shit! Fuck. Anyway, I really didn't mean to do that. So they'll win 6 games or 7, and so now we're into the off season. Um, McCarthy hasn't really shown any real progression. He's only marginally better than what he's doing right now.
This is the worst possible timeline. This is the
Think of
worst.
with where Kwesi's got the hot seat. Not a good quarterback draft this year, but
He'll
Kwesi would have to
yeah,
trade a
he'll
ton
trade
to
up
trade
for
up
Ty Simpson or Fernando Mendoza.
to try to save his job, thus putting the Vikings potentially in an even worse position, all because he needs to save his job.
Honestly, at that point, I like. When we talked about it before show, like a hypothetical trade for Joe Burrow, swing for first for him. That like do that.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if you're going to bet, don't bet on yourself. Bet on a known commodity. Joe Burrow's a known commodity. Bet on that. Don't bet like I don't care if it takes like 4 first-round picks, JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner, and like another player and like a second-round pick. Do that. You've shown the only thing you've shown in the draft is that you can somehow luck backwards into like Donovan Jackson or Jordan Addison. But
Yeah.
you're drafting like Will Riker is your like next best draft pick. It's been wholly unspectacular.
And it sounds really crazy, like swinging a trade. I like this isn't a formal prediction that the Vikings are going to trade for Joe Burrow, but like you were explaining pre-show, like with where the Bengals are at, and kind of how it could just be a complete organizational restructuring. Like trading for Joe Burrow
And
would
even
match
then,
up.
that comes with significant like risk, dude. Joe Burrow's had
Yeah,
three major in season injuries,
yeah.
and who
I-
knows?
If he stayed healthy, Burrow does fit like the exact window that the Vikings are in right now. Like Jefferson pretty much in his prime now. Addison still on his rookie contract. When does that end? 2 years from now.
Uh,
Fifth year
next
option.
year, next year will be the fourth. Yeah, next year will be the fourth year. Then fifth year options. Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, so like say you trade for Joe Burrow during the offseason, like he fits in perfectly if he remains healthy into the window that the Vikings have open right now because they've decided to build a win now roster while knowing they have a quarterback to develop. Kind of not like they
Again,
thought they could win, but it's
it
just
goes back to the fact that they wanted Drake May. Like
no, yeah.
let's that's like we it's like worst kept secret in football is they wanted Drake May. That was their goal. And they had to settle for McCarthy. It's like when the Timberwolves there's one season they moved up in the draft before it happened. They moved right behind the Cavaliers because the Cavaliers at that point had a point guard. They wanted Darius Garland, and the
Hmm.
Cavaliers sniped Darius Garland right in front of them. They panicked and selected Jared Culver instead.
Yep.
And we all know how Jared Culver turned out. I think that's where,
Hmm.
you know, and again, not to get too Timberwolves heavy in this, but like again, the right now with what's happening, it feels exactly like the Timberwolves situation with Rob Dillingham, where you get this
Hmm.
guy, he flashes, a little undersized, but you're like, he's going to be our guy for the future. You put him on ice the first year, and you play him this second year, when you see him, you're just like, this guy doesn't have it,
Yeah.
and it's hard. He could maybe one day he could have it, yeah, but right now it just every time he comes on that field, he is probably the worst player on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now McCarthy, like it's hard, and it sounds extreme, but it's hard to call McCarthy like a top 45 quarterback right now. I don't think you can. I don't know. You might not be able to call him top 50.
I think that's a little far. I'd say he's definitely like but if you would say that the Giants have three quarterbacks on their roster better than him, I
Hmm.
wouldn't disagree.
I'm giving myself a little bit of a cushion on that because I felt like if we sat here and played name game with a bunch of backup quarterbacks that I'd rather have like at this moment right now,
I mean,
I would.
you we can argue the Bengals have three quarterbacks better than him too.
Yeah, there's some teams out there that have two better quarterbacks. So that's kind of where I got to my 50, but um yeah,
And again, I don't want to be too hard on him because I do believe that there's something there, but
mhm,
man, you're not leaving us in a position where we can do anything but criticize you.
yeah. And
Like
again, like
I can't bury my head in the sand just because I like JJ McCarthy. I can't look outside when it's sunny and tell myself it's night out. It's just not possible. And
yeah.
we're just seeing poor play. Like again, he's take the name off his back, take his draft position off. If a seventh rounder was giving you this level, you wouldn't accept it. So why should you do it for a first round pick? And not to get too bold, but like let's say you have a top three pick. If you
Mhm.
don't believe in him, scrap it. Do what the
Yeah.
and I know the Cardinals are suffering right now, but they made the right choice getting rid of Josh Rosen and going for Kyler Murray. Do that.
Mhm. And McCarthy's been worse than Rosen.
Yeah, he's been worse than Rose. Dude, at least Rosen could throw for 100 yards, like, and not look
Yeah.
this.
It
Granted, I don't blame McCarthy for the first interception because that was a fumble that Walter Rouse
no,
just
yeah,
gets
yeah.
beat over the back, and there's a pick. But that second one is like, and the game is out of the hand. At the second one, he's just trying to make stuff happen, but like, just looked really bad. And again, this we would be talking about him a lot less if he just stopped giving the media quotes.
Mhm. Uh, I don't know. Like he's a smart kid. I still have the smallest spark of hope in my heart that this is going to turn around, it's going to work out.
The
But
problem
we're
is I will believe in him until it's almost physically impossible for me to believe in him.
yeah. And it, it's
And
going to
it's
take a
getting there.
while cuz it's been so bad and it's been a consistent enough basis now to where like even if he's strung together like well, I might be completely lying. I'd probably buy in really
Like
quick if he did this.
let's say
Like,
he throws like 300 next week into Seahawks, you're back in.
yeah, if he beats Sam Darnold, I'm like, all right, we can talk about this.
I just man, like I know the game against Detroit wasn't perfect, but like what did he do there that he just can't replicate? He can't seem to replicate.
I don't know because like even the Detroit game, like I mean, he won that game, yes, but like he still wasn't even that good in that game. Like
I mean
he
I
scored some
disagree.
touchdowns.
I think he came up best when you need him to come up best, and like
Yeah.
this week just not. I always expected this week would be tough with Jeff Hafley, Packers defensive coordinator, because what they do
Hmm.
really well is they play over top. And the one good thing we can say about McCarthy is that he takes those shots, he hits them. he might not hit him at a great rate, but he'll hit those deep shots. He had a really high A dot.
Hmm.
This week they just took that away. They're like, you know what, live in the intermediate game, and he couldn't.
Yeah. Well, how much do you think? Because I feel like there's some things in practice that happened that we don't know a ton about, and with meetings with Kevin O'Connell, how much do you think like we were just like, look, stop forcing the ball downfield, take your check down. So like maybe he was just. I mean, the film obviously hasn't come out yet, but I think there may be a level of him just like trying to settle himself
Yeah.
down, but at the
If you
same
look at
time he psyched himself out more.
the first drive, Kevin O'Connell calls 3 back-to-back-to-back screen passes, and none of them come off.
Yeah.
The first one, Micah Parsons disrupts the play. McCarthy sails it over Jones's head. Second one, he tries to run that quick screen to Addison. The Packers defender is right there, kind of breaking it up. And the third one,
Hmm.
he tries to run that little delayed screen to Aaron Jones again. Doesn't happen. Like it feels like more than anything, Kevin O'Connell is having to work overtime to scheme these people open. Like when you have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, that shouldn't be the play. That shouldn't be your
No.
main goal.
And the sad part about all this is that we have what 7 more games to sit through.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
Here's the thing I'm most scared about now is the Lions game on Christmas because
yeah,
like
no,
that team doesn't forget. And again,
no.
I do think they're a bad team. I think the Giants are actively trying to tank and lose this week. Otherwise, they would have beat them. But like, no, because like, man, the fact that they went for it on fourth and goal at the 5 instead of kicking a field goal and going up 6,
That was crazy.
stupid,
Yeah.
idiotic. You're actively trying to tank, but it's that team will run a play on Christmas Day where they like reverse it to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who reverses it to Jamison Williams, who like punts it into the hands of Penei Sewell for a touchdown somehow, and it'll break me.
Mhm.
It'll break me. It'll ruin my Christmas. But
They'll break out. They'll bring Frank Ragnow back from retirement, line him up at the X, and he'll moss Byron
Minnesota,
Murphy.
Minnesota's own, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, at this point, that Byron Murphy contract is also starting to look bad.
it's tough. I mean, I was never like,
It's hard when Fabian Moreau is by far your best
yeah,
quarterback today.
it was a tough spot for the Vikings to be
Because
in with
they had to pay
Murphy.
him. They had to pay him.
Yeah, you couldn't just let him walk after last year. Like you had to kind of bet on your guy.
And the problem with Byron Murphy last year is like until the bye week, he was really bad.
Hmm.
Then after the bye, he kind of just became really good, and he was getting takeaways. The
Yep.
entire defense this year is not getting takeaways. And why is that? Because the offense isn't scoring points, so the defense can't really take those risks. They have to play it safer. And now
Hmm.
we're in a position where we have a negative 12 turnover differential.
Yep.
When's the last time we got a takeaway? We didn't get one last week. We didn't get one against the Ravens. We didn't get one this week. It was over a month ago.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. Did we get
Yeah.
one in the Lions game? We.
Yes. David Montgomery fumble.
That's right. Yeah, so it's been a month.
Yep.
It's not acceptable. But again, taking away the ball doesn't matter when you
When
can't
you're
move the
giving
ball
it, when
down the
you're
field.
giving it away.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
I know
know.
we've called Miles Price like a bright spot and whatever, but like there's so much about him that I'm just like, like
He's
there'll
a
be times where he'll get the ball in the end zone on kickoffs and he won't need it. He'll just try to run it back out. I'm like, dude, take the 35.
yeah. He's a big bright spot, but a lot of times he's like a please stop doing this. He's kind of like a redhead if you think about it.
Kind of, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to process what he was thinking on that muff. Like, it looks like he's trying to like crevice the ball between like the back of his leg and his knee. But like, what was the point?
Uh, I really don't know. That play threw me for an absolute loop, and I knew right then and there like we lost.
Oh yeah, that play was like, yeah, it's over because now the Packers are just going to be able to pin their ears back. Micah Parsons has been mostly a non-factor, just going to tear us apart, and he did. And fair stuff. Christian Darrisaw has not looked good this year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Well, I wouldn't say he's looked average, but like Christian
Mm,
Darrisaw's average is bad. His average is still good, but like that's not what you want. That's not what you want from
mm,
him. And it
yeah.
just looks like, man, you should have just given him those 4 weeks on the pop.
Yeah, and I don't know the whole team. I know I said earlier like units are playing well, but just there's a really weird vibe around the team, and it all at the end of the day it all points back to JJ McCarthy, which then means it's pointing back to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, but they won't fire him, and we're going to be most likely we will be in the same exact position next year with McCarthy as the starter because they want to give him a true full year,
Yeah.
and
Really
McCarthy
hurts that
will light it up.
and it really hurts that they weren't willing to offer Daniel Jones more of a spot to compete. Because the pay was similar. I'm fairly certain that if you told Daniel Jones basically, like, oh, it's a 50-50 battle coming into camp, he would have
Hmm.
signed here for a little bit less money.
Yeah, the
And
Vikings like they
yeah,
showed their own hand with because I don't know how honest they are in these meetings when they're talking about contracts. I know they
man,
say
Diana
things
Rossini looks like a genius right now. By the way,
about the Rogers thing.
yeah, it's
Or
like
the,
that Kevin O'Connell doesn't fully trust JJ McCarthy.
oh yeah, that became apparent today, and he shouldn't. I wouldn't either.
I would neither.
Hard to blame Kevin O'Connell, other than his 3rd-and-1 play calling, for a lot right now. But
3rd and 1 and 4th-and-1. I'll blame on 4th-and-1 too.
yeah, I think we just about covered everything. Um,
I think we covered everything, but also we covered just such a small, granular portion of what plagues this team.
yeah,
And if we wanted to cover everything, we'd have to be here for a while.
the zoom out portion of the show is that the team might be fucked. Uh, Long term. Don't know. It's a
I
very emotional
again,
reaction today, but
I would say that too because that's exactly what I thought after the season when Kirk left and all that sort of stuff happened. I was like, it'll be 2 or 3 years before this team's competitive again. And then we're 13 wins. The NFL
yep,
is such a quick changing league that you can never predict how long you're screwed for.
yeah,
But on the same hand, it really just depends on how long you want to ride out McCarthy and how much improvement you see from him. If like next week he starts throwing for like at least being looking like an average quarterback, you can talk yourself into it.
hmm
But man, if it continues to be like a struggle to get to 100 passing yards, just wrap it up. Just wrap it
yeah.
up for give yourself another chance at a quarterback, or or just get off.
I know I said earlier that like McCarthy should start the rest of the year, but like if we're still talking like 80 yards 3 weeks from now, there's going to be a large part of me that's like, what hurts in seeing Max Brosmer? Like there's you don't lose anything.
100%.
Would he be
And
good?
that
Probably not.
I think you could throw for 80 yards.
I do too. Like, it's like you really can't get much worse than we're doing right now. Like, I know you want to find out, but
My dad during like the trade deadline was like, we should trade for Jameis, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And now looking at it, yeah, we should have. We could probably
oh
be
yeah,
fighting for a playoff spot with Jameis right now.
I was big on bringing Jameis here in the offseason. Dude, Jameis in this offense would be so fun.
Just for external reasons, I wasn't a big fan of that, but
I
you
love
know,
Jameis. Jameis is so fun.
it's hard to love Jameis with some of the allegations around him.
Oh yeah, you kind of just like we do with a lot of celebrities, we kind of just ignore those and move on.
Compartmentalize him, yeah.
Yeah, separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that about wraps us up. Appreciate everybody for watching this and suffering
Yeah,
with us.
all of 10 people who will watch this wanting to relive the game. You
Yeah,
Schadenfreude freaks. Like, why are you guys
yeah.
watching this?
I wouldn't want to watch this either, but if you are to the end, do appreciate you. We will be back later in the week with Seahawks preview. That should be fun. Lot to talk about there. 4 o'clock Eastern kick next week, so even more people get to see us get absolutely land basted by Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, that'll be the Fox game of the week
Oh yeah,
probably just because of the narratives.
we'll have Tom Brady on that
Uh,
one. Hopefully he keeps it clean.
Here the oh boy. Then the biggest problem with all of this is somehow going to be the type of game JJ McCarthy wins, and it's going to screw you out of a top pick that you want.
I would agree, but I said that about this week. Like
I
this week,
did too.
like
I did too. But then after seeing that, after seeing JJ McCarthy and that second drive of the game, I'm like, yeah, it's over. We didn't have a 3-and-out until the third quarter, and we just couldn't stop getting 3-and-outs.
did we really not? That's
We did
crazy.
not. No,
Oh,
we
that's
did
right, because we
not.
only had a couple drives.
We had 3 drives. We got a first down at least in all of them, and then after that, just
Hang the banner.
hang the banner. Moral victories.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can really take at this point with this team. We appreciate you coming out. Be on the lookout later in the week for the Seahawks preview, and just remember it's okay to cry. We all need to cry,
Hey,
especially to the men out there.
Minnesota Wild season.
It is the Wild are so back. I might start Wild now for real. We will see you later and scope.